Hey y'all. So this has been such a journey for me. I'm just like laughing because as I record all of these, I'm learning how to use a camera, fix the lighting, use a mic, whatever else I need to do, find a nice space. Today I'm outside. It is gorgeous out. The lighting was actually much better out here than it was inside, and it's so nice. I don't even need a jacket. So I'm very happy about that. So yeah, today's episode, what are we going to be talking about today? This is something so the topic that I think is so important that I'm going to be talking about today is the fear of outgrowing people and why it's a good thing. It can be very painful, awkward, messy, but honestly necessary AF. And I think we've all done this. People that we've been friends with, elementary school, high school, whatever, college. We've had really close friends. I've had close friends that we've grown apart, and I think the worst part is like that moment, when you're sitting across from someone that you've known seemingly forever, a long time, childhood friend, old roommate, maybe even a family member, and suddenly you're like, wow, we have nothing in common anymore except that shared trauma and a Spotify playlist from 2016. Yeah, that. And today I'm going to be diving in the fear of outgrowing people, why it feels so scary, what it actually means, and why it might be the best thing to ever happen to you. So if you feel like you've been shrinking just to keep a relationship alive or questioning whether you're a bad friend or, craving something deeper, this is an episode for you. This episode for you is a permission for you to slip out, evolve, and this is an opportunity for you to slip out and evolve. So, and before I forget, please subscribe, and I hope you enjoy all the drops of knowledge I'll be sharing with you today. Let's go. So let's talk about what outgrowing really means. First of all, let's normalize this. Outgrowing people doesn't mean you hate them. It means you're healing and you're changing into a different person. Outgrowing people doesn't mean that you hate them. It means that you are evolving. You are transforming like a butterfly from the caterpillar into a cocoon and to a beautiful butterfly. There's this quote that I love. I think I got it from like TikTok, a therapist, or Beyonce, or whatever, all the same thing these days. But, sometimes the only thing you have in common with someone is who you used to be. Think about that. Let that set in. Sometimes the only thing that you have in common with someone is the person that you used to be. So let me give you a personal story. When I moved back from Barcelona, I reconnected with a friend I had known for years, and we had been very close. We were like best friends before. We used to talk all the time on the phone, and I don't know, when I she had moved away somewhere too, and but this time around it felt off and it didn't feel good. All she wanted to do was talk about herself. I think we sat for a lunch for like 2, maybe 3 hours because we hadn't seen each other for like a couple of years or something. And I couldn't even get a word in. And it felt like she was like a completely different person. Just I don't know. I don't even know if the word was self-absorbed, but she was just so self-centered in her thoughts that she didn't really even care to ask. I had been away to Spain for like a year or two, and I think and Australia, and you didn't really have anything to ask about my life or what's going on with me. But obviously, I asked about you and wanted to make sure, like, just see how you were doing. It was a real, I don't know. It was one of those moments of like, do I have anything common with this person anymore? And I was shocked. And I would say this is like on the way to my like, I had been starting to do the work on myself, a journey, journaling, healing, and I was reading this book, You Are a Badass, which I recommend. And but still, like, the point is I had changed and she hadn't. Or maybe she had changed a bit, but not in a way where I felt like we were aligned. And it wasn't even a judgment. It's a reality. And just at points, you just have to address it and just see what's really in front of you, and the changes, and address them. So why is it so uncomfortable? Why is outgrowing people so hard? Get this. I think it's because it triggers your inner child. Think about it. Most of us were taught loyalty equals longevity, that real friends never leave, and that letting go is selfish. But, to the OG Tony Robbins, he says, your life is a direct reflection of the expectations of your peer groups. So, boom. So if your peer group still expects you to shrink, settle, or stay silent, guess what? That's not loyalty. That's emotional debt. And you are not obligated to remain the same so that other people could feel comfortable. Growth makes people uncomfortable, not because you're wrong, but because it reminds them of everything that they're avoiding. And you're not abandoning them. You're honoring you. You're honoring yourself. So what are some signs that you're outgrowing someone? Let's get a little practical here. So here are some signs that you're outgrowing someone. And yeah, it might sting a little, but this is what's up. So conversations feel like a chore. You're not learning from anyone anymore or each other anymore. It just feels very surface level, venting over and over, or just like talking about other people that you used to know or used to hang out with. You leave hangouts feeling drained, and you leave hanging out with this person and you feel drained. You don't feel energized. So ask yourself, do you feel inspired or emotionally hungover? And another point is you find yourself pretending. Maybe you hold back on your wins or hide parts of yourself that you just to avoid tension between them, because you're worried it might trigger their jealousy because you know what they're like. And you should not hold back your achievements in life just because you're worried about what an old friend might think. Or you've also changed. Another point is you've changed, but they won't let you. I mean, they bring up the old you constantly, and not in a cute nostalgic way, or like, remember when you used to be fun? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? And then another thing is you feel guilty for pulling away. That guilt, it's not a sign you should stay. It's just your nervous system reacting to change. And it's that survival mode kicking in. You want to be part of a community. You want to be accepted. You want to be loved, but let it pass. There's plenty of people out there in the world who will love you and want you part of their community. So let it go. Let this feeling pass. So this is what I've done. So these are 4 things to do when these are 4 things I've done when I felt like I've been outgrowing someone. So let's shift into action mode, because we're not just here to vent, we're here to evolve. So these are some things that that you can do when outgrowing someone. So pause before you ghost someone. I know it's just kind of easy. You're like, I don't want to talk to this person anymore. Just ignore. But, it doesn't mean cutting them off completely immediately. Just try maybe gradual distance at first. Tone down the frequency of your communication, protect your energy, and let the dynamic shift naturally. Another thing you can do is honor the role you played. This part is so important. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Love to say that. Just because someone doesn't stay forever doesn't mean that your connection and relationship wasn't real. Sometimes when I feel like I need to let go of someone, I write them a letter. And even if you never send it, say thank you and just let them go with love. Or if I'm really mad at someone, I write them a letter and then sometimes I burn it. But it really just depends on the situation and how I'm feeling. But honestly, writing a letter is really great. You just throw it all on a page and it feels like it leaves your body and energetic field and is just on a piece of paper and it's just living there now. A third thing you can do is make space for aligned relationships. As you move away from some relationships, you tend to move towards others. So and think about it this way, nature hates a vacuum. When you release misaligned connections, you make room for better ones. Start by asking, what do I need in my friendships now? Depth, accountability, fun. I mean, and fun that doesn't revolve around tequila or maybe toxic exes. I don't know what's in your palate, but you got to find you got to start showing up in ways for yourself that align the people that you will follow. Like I recently decided to join beach tennis because I love being on the beach. I love playing tennis, and I'm meeting more aligned people who are more about wellness and fitness and spending their time being part of a community and doing something. So, what are some things that you're doing now that are not aligning with what you really feel that's helping you grow and move forward? And last but not least, you got to check your ego. Sometimes we outgrow people, and sometimes we can just get really judgmental. And I've been guilty of that for sure. And if you're finding I mean, we're all kind of judgmental, we're only human. And if you're finding yourself thinking, ugh, they're so negative or they haven't changed at all, pause. Are you being honest, or are you just being and acting superior? Growth does not equal bigger. Growth doesn't equal ego. Just stay kind, stay grounded, and just be aware, and that will really help you. So, I think there's also great sides. I think there's a good side of outgrowing people as well. And here's the part that no one tells you. Outgrowing people is proof that you're moving, that you're growing, and you're not stuck. You're not numbing. You're not playing small. You're alive. You're choosing better, and you're becoming something new. And yeah, it can be lonely, but it's also very powerful, because when you stop clinging to the past, you create space for your future to meet you. You create space for your future to meet you. So if you've been feeling really guilty about growing apart from someone, I hope that this gives you some peace. You're not a bad person for choosing growth, and you're definitely not alone. And I've definitely been growing a lot, even doing this podcast, finding ways to show up for myself, saying no to things when I really want to say yes. Today I was going to go to this volleyball tournament, maybe, have a few drinks and, be super social. But for me, be doing this podcast and showing up for you is really important for me. Show up for myself, to train myself with discipline, and also just learn more and grow, because I do have to do some research for these podcasts, and I'm really enjoying it. It's totally new for me, and I just wanted to share that. So just remember that, like, not everyone is meant to go where you're going, and that's okay. So just keep growing anyway. So please, if you enjoyed this, please share it with someone else who you think would get something out of this episode, and subscribe. So until next time, I will check you in the next episode. Ciao.